evil. Bingo! With one left, the history of political songs will be changed forever. Mighty Medeva, report.
Parsley, rosemary, thyme, and sage. What's up, boss? I got your page.
I'm sending you through the time port to France in 1792. There's something special I want you to steal. Bring it back to me in this loot orb when you find it. Now vanish.
Time pilots. Medeva just stole something from the past. You've got 28 minutes to get it back, or history will change forever. Boot up the chrono computer. Launch the time probes. Power up the engines. Now get going.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chrono skimmer, engines hot, bio villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? We're on the case and we're chasing her through history.
And here's your time pilot squadron leader, Kevin Shinnick. Kevin? Kevin!
Coming, Chief, coming. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. I want you to hang on tight because we've got a very big mission, but very little time. So let's start our journey by meeting today's time pilots, beginning with Carla O'Neill. Carla, good to see you. And Jewel Anate. All right, way to go. And Logan Bromer. Okay. Welcome aboard, pilots. Good to see you. And you heard the mission from the chief. Let's start by equipping each of you with 100 power points, shall we? All right, pilots, our nanoprobes have revealed the time and place where Carmen sent Medeva. So, let's get things started. Bridge to engine room. Let's warp to the time of the crime. Chief, we've arrived upside down. Safely. What's our mission profile?
Squadron, you've time traveled to 1792. Location, France. In that year, on the night of April 24th, Captain Claude Joseph Rouget de Lille wrote a song to lead French troops into battle against Austria. His inspiring words urged them to fight for liberty, beloved liberty. The song was then adopted by supporters of the French Revolution, who aimed its battle cry at their own government. In 1795, it became the French national anthem and remains a global symbol of the struggle for freedom. Or so history told us till now, when Medeva went back in time and ambled away with the anthem.
Thanks for the facts, Chief. All right, time pilots, for 10 power points, name the song that Medeva stole. Was it Les Miserables, La Bastille, or La Marseillaise? Remembering the clues we just heard. Written the night of April 24th, 1792, adopted as the French national anthem, an international symbol of freedom. Carla, let's start off. What did you say?
La Marseillaise.
La Marseillaise. Jewel?
La Marseillaise.
All right, Logan?
La Bastille.
Correct answer is La Marseillaise. 10 points for Carla and Jewel. Logan, that's all right. It's early on in the mission. And you know, pilots, Roger de Lille's inspiring song of protest became known as La Marseillaise because of its popularity with troops from the city of Marseille. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If one of you today can save the history of protest songs and capture Carmen, you'll win a complete multimedia computer system. But the question now is, where in time is... Wait a second. Oh, no! Collision alert! Brace for impact! Whoa! Wait a second. That ship looks a lot like ours. Let's see who's on board it, shall we? Well, Hey, wait. This has happened before. You're me from a few days in my future, and our ships collided. So, why are you wearing a cap? Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay? Okay. But listen, could you help us out with today's mission? Sure.
Here are the papers you wanted.
Well, thanks for nothing. And I'm not speaking to you. Boy, oh boy, what was that all about? Forget it. Listen, Medeva's hiding out 6 years after the U.S. Civil War. It's when a group of black performers called the Jubilee Singers introduced spirituals to a wider audience in the U.S. and Europe. Well, what are spirituals? Well, they're religious and folk hymns that have probably been sung by North Americans since the 1600s. Black spirituals evolved later when slaves mixed African rhythms and singing styles with Christian hymns. Oh, so they're sung for religious reasons. Not always. See, slaves weren't allowed to speak freely, so they sometimes sang spirituals to express their wish for freedom or to transmit secret messages about escaping. Well, thanks for the info. Yeah, well, whatever. I gotta go find a wig. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Hey, Kevin!
Hey!
I'm gonna sub for my friend down at the Chrono Barber Shop. Don't be late for your appointment. I can't wait to cut your hair.
Yeah, great. Listen, does someone need a cut? Because you can go before me. Sure, I'm having a good hair day, I think. All right, pilots, we'll deal with that later. Pilots, to what year has Medeva taken La Marseillaise? Is it 1861, 1871, or 1881? Remembering the clues we just heard from me. 6 years after the Civil War, Jubilee Singers Tour introducing black spirituals to wide audience, and religious songs used by enslaved blacks to express desire for change. All right, Carla, what did you say?
1861.
And Joelle?
1871.
And Logan?
1871.
All right, correct answer is 1871. Very nice, guys, very nice. You know, pilots, enslaved blacks weren't allowed to protest their brutal treatment, but singing spirituals was a kind of protest in code, a way to express their feelings without inviting punishment in return. Let's keep things moving, shall we? Bridge to engine crew. Let's warp to 1871. Great, pilots. We followed Medeva to the year 1871, but she's about to do some globe hopping in the late 1800s. So it's time for global pursuit. Grab your controls, watch the globe on your screen, and buzz in after I finish the question. If you're right, you get 5 power points. If you're wrong, you lose 5. Remember, we're in the late 1800s. Here we go. Medeva conducted herself to the city where the Vedettes, a successful all-woman orchestra, begins. Going to Joelle.
New Orleans.
No, I'm sorry. It's Boston. She's been noted in the city where Ciceretta Jones and 2 other black women sing a concert at Carnegie Hall. Going this time again to Joelle.
New York.
Yes, New York. Medeva celebrated in the state where 2 sisters write Good Morning to All, the song later known as Happy Birthday to You. Going this time to Logan.
Delaware?
No, I'm sorry. It's Kentucky. It's all right. It's okay. Next, she hit a high note in the city where Bizet's opera Carmen debuts. Going this time to Carla.
Prague.
No, I'm sorry, it's Paris. Medeva's in the home country of Engelbert Humperdinck, who composes the opera Hansel und Gretel. Going this time to Logan.
Germany?
Yes, Germany it is. Great pursuit, Squadron. Fortunately, Medeva escaped from Germany before we got there. That always seems to happen to us. So, this time we're gonna go... Hey, it's a clue finder. It's locked on to someone in the future. Let's bring him on board, see if they can help us. Wow, hey, what is that? What is that?
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Oh, wait, I know that. That's, it's,
Dylan, man, Bob Dylan.
Yeah, too bad you can't play one of his songs.
Oh, give me some slack, man. I just started taking lessons. But someday, I'm gonna be just like Bob Dylan. He's a poet, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, how all that pop music today is totally square, man. Doesn't mean anything, know what I mean?
Why don't I just say yes so you can continue?
But then Dylan came along, and all his songs are about something, man. Like all the bummers in society today, like war and poverty. social injustice. I'm learning to play Blowing in the Wind, which is like an anthem of the civil rights movement right now.
Yeah, that's good. All right, that's enough of that. So what you're saying, there's lots of this kind of music happening now?
Oh, like the title of Dylan's new album says, the times they are a-changing.
Oh, yeah.
Folk music's where it's at, man. Peter, Paul, and Mary, Joan Baez, Dylan, you know, real musicians with something to say.
Well, tell me, what would you like to say?
Oh, I want to say, could you loan me bus fare to New York City? That's where the big folk scene is right now, at the coffee houses in Greenwich Village.
I'm sorry, I'm a little strapped for cash right now, you know?
Bummer. Well, a hard rain's gonna fall.
Okay. All right, well, good luck, guys. Good luck in getting that crew for all that noise. All right, guys. Where in time has Medeva taken La Marseillaise? Is it the 1940s, the 1960s, or the 1970s? Remembering the clues we just heard. Bob Dylan writes folk songs of protest in midst of civil rights movement, and Dylan's album, The Times They Are A-Changin', is released. Everybody in, great. Carla, what did you say?
1960s.
Okay, Joelle?
1960s.
And Logan?
I said the 1970s.
All right, correct answer is the 1960s. That's 10 points for Carla and Joelle. You know, that was early in Bob Dylan's career, and he went on to become one of the most influential musicians ever. But his career may never happen if we don't save the history of protest songs. So let's keep moving. Bridge to engine crew. Let's warp to the 1960s.
Let's see David Copperfield try that.
We're in big trouble, guys. Medeva's done something to the ship. Engine room report.
The engine room's been transformed into a ticker tape parade.
Better do a data boost.
All right, pilots, let's help them out. We made it to 1964, but we've got to do a data boost. So, time pilots, I'll name two historical figures. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether they were born in the same year or 50 years apart. Okay? Remember, same year or 50 years, 50 years apart. Here we go. Walt Disney and anthropologist Margaret Mead. Going to Joelle.
50 years apart?
No, I'm sorry, it's the same year. They were both born in 1901. Sir Winston Churchill and magician Harry Houdini. Going this time to Logan.
50 years apart?
No, I'm sorry, it's the same year. Again, both born in 1874. Author F. Scott Fitzgerald and tycoon Donald Trump. Going this time to Joelle.
50 years apart?
Yes. Fitzgerald in 1896, Trump in 1946. Albert Einstein and Martin Luther King. Joelle.
50 years apart?
Yes, 50 years apart. Einstein in 1879 and King in 1929. Racing car builder Enzo Ferrari and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Going to Logan.
50 years apart?
Yes, 50 years apart. Ferrari in 1898 and Thomas in 1948. All right, guys. And just a reminder, I'm going to help you out here, that all our data has been verified by Encyclopedia Britannica. The question now is, where has Medeva taken La Marseillaise? Because one time... Pilots! That alert means we've got a nanoprobe intercept coming from Vial headquarters. Watch the view screen.
It began in the 60s, a kind of music puree. Jamaican sounds met R&B, producing reggae. Bob Marley and the Wailers were a #1 band. By the 70s, their fame spread to every land. Reggae's soothing rhythms made you want to relax. But there was talk of revolution on the vocal tracks. Bob Marley gave voice to Jamaica's poor, with hits like Redemption Song, Jamin, and more. But now, it's 1981, and this reggae's king's time on Earth is done. For the next million years, which is a witch's lifespan, the mighty Medeva will be a reggae fan.
I'm glad we paid extra for that feature. All right, guys, for 10 PowerPoints, tell me what other major musical event happened in the year where Medeva is hiding. Is it first stereo record sold, Beatles break up, or MTV premieres? Remembering the clues we just heard. The year, 1981. Death of reggae star Bob Marley, and songs of protest that gave voice to Jamaica's poor. Carla, let's start off. What did you say?
MTV premieres.
Okay, Jewel?
MTV premieres.
And Logan?
MTV premieres.
Well, look at that. All three are correct. MTV premieres. 10 points for everybody. You know, on today's mission, pilots, protest songs have included a national anthem, religious hymns, and folk tunes, and even reggae. Singing out against injustice is a rich part of our history that we have to save. So it's time for us to make one final leap forward in time, and that means an ultimate data boost. Pilots, in an ultimate data boost, each correct answer gets you 10 PowerPoints. But if you're wrong, you lose 10. I'll read a quote. Your job, buzz in and tell me whether that quote comes from a protest song by Bob Dylan or the writings of William Shakespeare. Okay? Here goes. Where have you gone, my blue-eyed son? Going to Logan.
Bob Dylan?
Yes. From a hard rain's a-gonna fall. Like Judas of old, you lie and deceive. Going to Jewel.
Shakespeare?
No, I'm sorry, it's Bob Dylan. From his war protest song, Masters of War. To be or not to be, that is the question. Going to Jewel.
Shakespeare?
Yes, very nice. From Shakespeare's play, Hamlet. How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Going to Logan.
Bob Dylan?
Yes, it is Bob Dylan, from Blowin' in the Wind. Beware the Ides of March. Going again to Logan.
Shakespeare?
Correct, it is Shakespeare, from Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar. Some of us are prisoners, the rest of us are guards. Going to Jewel.
Bob Dylan?
Correct, it is Bob Dylan, from his protest song George Jackson. Finally, where the people are many and their hands are all empty. Going to Jewel.
Bob Dylan?
Correct, it is Bob Dylan. Very nice. From a hard rain's a-gonna fall. All right, guys, let's see what happened there. All right, Carla now has 125 PowerPoints. Jewel has 165, and Logan has 150, which means that Jewel and Logan are moving on in the next phase of this mission. But Carla, you did so good today. Here we go. 35, and now the Chief's here to express her appreciation.
Eye of Lucy, ear of Ricky, that Medeva's mighty tricky. But here's a treat for the fine work you've done. A TimeNet mission pack that's coming your way. Crammed with great stuff like the Wear in Time watch, Chrono Skimmer cap, and Carmen Sandiego CD-ROMs. From all of us at TimeNet Command, congratulations.
Pilots, let's wave goodbye to Carla as she heads back to TimeNet Command. You guys ready for your next order from the Chief?
Yeah.
All right, Chief, we're ready.
Time pilots, the history of protest songs is at stake. Get to Jamaica in 1981 and take away La Marseillaise. Kevin, you're in command.
Aye, aye, Chief. Time pilots, full speed ahead to 1981. Look, Medeva's got La Marseillaise in a cybersphere. Activate the Luch tractor beam.
I've still got a few spells left. Time pilots.
That's great, Medeva, but we've gotten back La Marseillaise and have it safely on board. Congratulations, guys. Plus, you're now one step closer to winning that great multimedia computer system. But before we continue chasing Medeva, we've got to return the loot to the year 1792. So, let's check in with the Chief to get our flight plan. Chief!
Time pilots, you must navigate the Chrono Skimmer through 8 events from the history of political protest songs, starting at the most recent event and finishing at the least recent event. Here are the events on your flight plan. Folk singer Woody Guthrie writes, "This land is your land." Russia adopts national anthem entitled Patriotic Song. Abigail Jemima Hutchison and her family quartet sing at abolitionist rallies. Punk rock band The Sex Pistols release Anarchy in the UK. La Marseillaise, the French national anthem, is written. The song We Shall Overcome is dedicated to the civil rights movement. Mexico's national anthem, Mexicans at the Cry of War, is first sung. George M. Cohan's Over There becomes a rallying cry for World War I. That's your briefing time, pilots. Good luck on your journey.
Thanks, Chief. Joel, you had the higher score. You have the choice of going first or second.
I'll go second.
All right. In that case, Logan, I want you to navigate this chrono skimmer back through time from the most recent event to the least recent event, starting by picking the most recent event on the board. You may begin.
Russia adopts patriotic song.
Yes, you've navigated a course to 1991.
Anarchy in the UK release.
Yes, you've steered us to 1976. Keep going.
We Shall Overcome for Civil Rights.
Correct. 1960. It was first sung as a gospel hymn and union song back in the 1940s. Keep going.
Mexicans at the Cry of War first sung.
All right, going to Joel.
Russia adopts patriotic song.
Yes, 1991.
Anarchy in the UK release.
Correct. 1976.
We Shall Overcome for Civil Rights.
Yes, 1960.
Guthrie writes This Land Is Your Land.
Guthrie writes This Land Is Your Land. Correct. 1940. Woody Guthrie traveled the country during the Depression, writing folk songs in migrant and hobo camps.
Mexicans at the Cry of War first song.
All right, going back to Logan.
Russia adopts patriotic song.
1991.
Anarchy in the UK release.
1976.
We Shall Overcome for Civil Rights.
1960.
Guthrie writes This Land Is Your Land.
Guthrie, correct. 1940.
Over There is popular World War I song.
You've navigated us to 1917.
Hutchinson sings for abolition.
All right, going to Joel.
Russia adopts patriotic song.
1991.
Anarchy in the UK release.
1976.
We Shall Overcome for Civil Rights.
1960.
Guthrie writes This Land Is Your Land.
1940.
Over There is popular in World War I song.
1917.
Mexicans at the Cry of War first song.
1854, the song was adopted as Mexico's anthem after the end of the Mexican-American War. Keep going.
Hutchinson sings for abolition.
1842.
La Marseillaise is written.
1792, history is saved, Jewel. You did it. Congratulations. Now, I want you to activate the transporter and restore the loot to its proper place in history. Go ahead. Guys, you did a great job today. You really did. Joel, you and I are moving on in just a moment, but Logan, you did so well, the Chief has another mission for you, and she's here to tell you all about it.
You've been an outstanding time pilot today, so you get a TimeNet mission pack and this portable CD player. Now, top flight time pilots can take their rhythms on the road. Good work, time pilot.
Right now, Logan is piloting the chrono skimmer back to the present. But Joel, it's time for us to chase Medeva and Carmen to the Trail of Time. You with me?
Ready, Kevin?
Let's go. Look out, Carmen. We're on our way.
We're on the case and we're chasing her through history. Chrono skimmer, engines hot, bio-villains, evil plot. Our brave squadron leader will help us defeat her and bring back the loot to its rightful place in time. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Stop her crime and solve this mystery. Tell me where in time is Carmen Sandiego? We're on the case and we're chasing her through history.
Hey, Joel, we've made it to the Trail of Time. You gotta track Carmen through 6 time portals by answering her questions. You think you're up for it?
Yep.
Okay, in that case, get ready, set, go, Joel, go! Follow the engine crew to the first portal.
It's the 1940s. Where do ghetto fighters sing the World War II resistance song, Never Say? Poland or France?
France.
All right, turn the wheel. That's it. Keep turning, lift that column. That gate's gonna open any minute. Keep going, pal. All right, make your way over to the second time portal.
It's 1960. The song We Shall Overcome is dedicated to which U.S. protest movement? Civil rights or anti-war?
Civil rights.
All right, you've got 4 more to go with 56 seconds left.
It's the 1970s. Chimaranga music is part of which country's fight for independence? South Africa or Zimbabwe?
South Africa.
All right, pull the rope. That's it. Pull the rope and lift the wheel. That gate's gonna open. Keep going, Joel. Keep going. Yes! Hey, while you're at it, you captured Medeva!
It's 1980. What album by The Clash is inspired by the political struggle in Nicaragua? Sandinista or Contra?
Contra.
All right, activate the pump. That's it. Keep pumping. Keep pumping. Any minute now. Go, Joel. Go. All right. You've got 16 seconds left.
It's 1988. Where does a partly Aboriginal rock group release the album Homeland Movement? Philippines or Australia?
Australia.
All right, one more.
It's 1989. Which rappers perform Fight the Power in Spike Lee's film Do the Right Thing? Public Enemy.
Oh, Joelle, that was tough. It was a very tough mission, but we've run out of time. But you did capture Medeva. That was tough to do, and you did it. And right now, the chief is here with a few words for you.
Well, you didn't get your hands on Carmen today, but you won't finish this mission empty-handed. I'm issuing you a TimeNet mission pack and this great CD radio cassette music system. Nice job, Time Pilot. Chief out.
Thanks, Chief. Joelle, that was tough, but you did very, very well. We're proud of you. But right now, we've got to head back to the present. And remember, at Acme TimeNet, history is our job. The future is yours.